family. You're welcome to the Entrepreneurship Show on Shine TV Ghana. On this show, we talk about turning your idea into a real business. We are going to teach you, we are going to show you how to bring that idea into reality. And today, with me in the studio, I have a man of God with me. He's not only a man of God, but an entrepreneur. And personally, I call him Papa. But today you are going to know his real name. You're going to know what he does and all of that. Yes. And not only that, he's here to teach us, he's here to help us to grow our businesses as well. Yes. So before I introduce him, I would like us to acknowledge our sponsors. We have Bioless Collection, right? Right? Yes. So, Papa, since today we are talking about entrepreneurship, we are delving deep into entrepreneurship. I want you to tell us what entrepreneurship is really about.
When we say entrepreneurship, it is the process of an individual who wants to set up a business, taking into consideration the risk factor with the view of making profit. So let's say, for instance, if I want to set up a cocoa joint or an Indomie joint, then really there are certain things that I have to do it before I start the business. Then really I must get a shop or a location. I must be able to buy my item that I'll use it for the business. So the processes that I go through to set up that business, take into consideration risks. So that is risk. So when you say risk, risk can be any negative thing that happens to you when you are setting up a business. So taking into consideration the risk with the view of making profit. So when you want to go into an entrepreneurship and you have the mindset of making profit, though profit can be an incentive or a motive of you setting up a business. So the processes that one go through to set up a business is what is called entrepreneurship.
Okay. So, Papa, who is an entrepreneur?
An entrepreneur is, simply to put it, is an individual who wants to set up a business for himself. So that person is called an entrepreneur. Or entrepreneur can also be defined as somebody who wants to set up a business, taking into consideration the risk factor associated with the business, with the view of making profit. So you want to set up a business for yourself, you are called an entrepreneur. So that is the simple definition of who an entrepreneur is.
So a cocoa seller is an entrepreneur.
Definitely, they are all classified as entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So if you sell Indomie, you are an entrepreneur. Okay, so please, when and where did entrepreneurship started from?
Let's take it from scriptures. Entrepreneur started way in the Bible. A typical example is Jesus Christ. When you read Mark chapter 6, verse 3, Jesus Christ was a carpenter. And I'm sure that he took it from the father because his father Joseph was a carpenter. So it's that he even got to a time that people were describing Jesus as the son of the carpenter. So Jesus was an entrepreneur. When it comes to scriptures again too, when you read Genesis chapter 13, verse 2, there is a man that was called Abraham. Abraham was also an entrepreneur. And it's like Abraham's business was that he had cattle, he gave the cattle to people for them to sell, and after that, he pays them off. So Abraham was also what? An entrepreneur. And when you read Proverbs chapter 31, which always talks about the virtuous woman, he was also an entrepreneur. What was he doing? He was doing buying and selling and was also making profit. So these are few people that are entrepreneur. We can even also look at Peter. He was a fisherman when Jesus Christ saw him and called him to be part of his disciples.
Yes, that's true.
So these are just few people who are entrepreneurs in the Bible.
Okay. So entrepreneurship didn't start from now. Like it started way back from scriptures. Yes. So what are some of the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur, or what are some of the characteristics, some of the things to put in place, like before you can actually become a successful entrepreneur?
Yes. People just wake up and say that they want to
become an entrepreneur,
because they don't know that you must have some features in you. You must have some characteristics in you. You must have an inbuilt trait in you before you become an entrepreneur. So first of all, if you want to become a successful entrepreneur, you must be passionate. You must have passion. What is passion? Things that you do that you don't get tired. Things that you do at any time that they call you, you are excited to do it. Whether with money or you don't have money, anytime that they call you, you are willing to do. So one, passion should drive you to do whatever that you want to do. I can't remember when I started my laundry business. I used to iron a lot. I like ironing and I like washing.
Wow.
So when I set up my laundry business, it was so easy for me because I like ironing and I like washing too. So when I set up the business, I didn't face any challenge because that is the passion that I enjoy doing. So one, you must be passionate about what that you do, what that excites you, what that you do, whether you make profit or you don't make profit. You must have that joy and that excitement to do before you can start. Two, to every job that you do, there is what is called risk in it. So one may ask, what is risk? Risk can be uncertainty that happens when you are setting up a business. So when it comes to risk, there are types of risks. We have what is called the high risk, the moderate risk, and the low risk. Depending on the type of business that you are doing and the risk that you are likely to face. But every entrepreneur prefers doing what is called the moderate risk. So when I say the moderate risk, it is between the higher risk and the lower risk. So that in case something happens in the business, you are not being affected too much. But there are some businesses that the risks are very high. So those businesses are there. But every entrepreneur prefer what is called the moderate risk. In case something happens, it will not affect him or her too much. So we have the passion, we have the risks, and the third is taking personal responsibilities. Because you are starting a business by yourself, you will take every decision by yourself. You are a leader by yourself. Everything that you do is based on you. So you must be able to take personal responsibilities for yourself. Don't go and be blaming somebody that because I talked to you about my business is not prospering, so you are the one. No. Somebody can advise you, but at the end of the day, you take the ultimate responsibility for yourself. So you must make sure that you take personal responsibilities for yourself. Every business that you want to set up, take that personal responsibility for yourself. And tell it to, you must cultivate what is called self-confidence. You must believe in yourself that this business that I'm setting for myself, I will surely build the business. I will build the business by myself. Nobody can discourage me from me setting up the business. So you must have that self-confidence within yourself and motivate yourself that this business that I am about to do, the business will prosper. No matter the challenges that I find myself, that business will do what? It will prosper by all means. And one, feedback is very important to us, because every business that you are doing, somebody must be able to tell you whether the business is going well or the business is not going well. So feedback is part of the business that we are doing. So when it comes to feedback, we have the negative one and we have the positive one. When you get the negative feedback, don't get offended. Just go back and see why the person is saying that person is giving you that negative feedback. When it is positive, it is a plus to you. You can remember that when Jesus Christ was walking with his disciples and was doing God's will, it got to a time that Jesus Christ asked his disciples in Mark chapter 8, verse 27 to 20, that what do people say I am? Christ knew that people were saying things about him. But he asked his disciples, what do people say I am? Because Christ wanted to know the feedback about what people say about him. Because when it comes to entrepreneurship too, you must make sure that people will give you feedback. When it is negative, you take it in good faith. You work upon it. And when it is positive too, you take it as a plus.
Okay, so with that, it means that sometimes you can actually enter into people's DM or call people, maybe your customers, and ask them that, oh, so this thing, how did you see it? Like, how is it like? Is it good or bad? Or do you have to wait for them to come to you and come and give you their feedback? Or both ways are cool?
Both ways are cool. You can ask them, Charlie, okay, this fresh sugar that you bought it from me. How do you find it? Is the sugar okay? Is the yogurt okay? Oh, it is okay. But I think that you can add a little bit of sugar to it. I think that by you doing it, it also helps you to improve upon your business. Okay. So sometimes you don't wait for people to give you feedback. You can also do the item, go and give it to them and tell them that they should give you feedback concerning it. Okay. So feedback is two-way. You finding out and people also telling you too. Okay. So one thing that you must also know for you to be successful as an entrepreneur is that you must cultivate the habit of achievement. Okay. Every entrepreneur must cultivate the habit of achievement. They are achievement oriented. Anytime that he says that he wants to do something, he will make sure that he will do that thing. Nothing can discourage him, not even the risk factor that the person also finds himself. Okay. He makes sure that everything that he wants to do, he do it and do it perfectly. Okay, so I want to come in with a passionate, you have to be passionate about what you are doing. I want to ask a question there that, so let's say I'm passionate about what I'm doing. What do you do? I'm actually a perfume. I sell perfume. Okay. Yeah. I sell perfume oils and designer perfumes. Okay. Yes. So I'm so passionate about this business. And then it gets to a time I become overwhelmed. Like the pressure, sometimes, you can post. Personally, I sell mine on social media. Okay, sometimes, so you do the online. Yes, online business. So sometimes I can post like one week I can post and then I will not get even one seller, one buyer. One buyer, or nobody would even enter my DM and be like, oh, so how much is this? Oh, okay, I want to buy this, And sometimes this thing can be so like, it can make you see. So I'm asking this question based on the being passionate about the business, and you realize that you are so passionate about this thing, but this thing is not really selling. Like, do you have to change? Are you allowed to change it, or you would have to put things into place so that it can sell? Like, I don't know if you. Because I'm passionate about the perfume business. Yeah. But as you said, an entrepreneur also looks at gaining profit in whatever he or she is selling. Yeah. And then I'm passionate about it. But then I'm like, it becomes very difficult for me to be able to get even 3 customers in a month. Like, am I allowed to change the business, or I should just put some things into place that can actually help me gain a lot of customers or get a lot of customers? I will take your question from 2 scenarios. Okay. Okay. You being a successful entrepreneur, it's not easy as you see it. Okay. You must go the extra mile for you to be successful. You see. So, and the second one is that you rarely say that you are posting your things on social media, but it's like you are not getting people to buy. Yeah, buy. It also talks about your target audience. Okay. Which people are you targeting for them to buy your perfumes? Okay. Let's say, for example, you are posting the thing all right, but it's people's interests are not there. Okay. That is why you are not getting people to buy it on time. Okay. So like one successful thing about entrepreneur is that you must get your target audience. You must look for people who are ready, available to buy the perfume before you even start business. So there are a lot of people that are even doing business, but at the end of the day, they don't even have your target audience. They don't even know which people that need that particular item at a particular time. Okay. So I'm sure that there might be 2 things. Whether one is that we are not getting the right people to buy your product.
My product.
Or secondly, you are not using the right advertisement tool for people to see whatever that you are buying. So I'm sure that we will get there when we get to marketing in entrepreneurship.
Okay. That's good. So please, you can continue with it.
So another thing that I also want to talk about is fear and failure. Okay. When we are starting a new business, there is a little bit of fear there. There is a little bit of anxiety. You don't know whether the business will go on well or the business will collapse. So that fear is that. But you take that bold start. Start it. Fear is there, but it's like as time goes on and you are doing the business, you will do what? Overcome what fear is it. Failure is also part of the work that you are doing. Okay, you will start a business today, you will not get it right, you will fail. But I always say that when you fail, just wake up and find out why you fail. A typical example is you're going to write an exam. You know that you are very clever, but along the line, you will fail. So when you fail, it is an opportunity for you to rise up again and find out what makes you fail. And by that, you can overcome fear and failure and also move on in life. Okay. So one thing that if you want to be successful as an entrepreneur, you must be able to tolerate everybody. Okay. Tolerance is part of the business that we are doing. Somebody will talk to you well. Someone will insult you. Someone will really respect you. But you must get the spirit of tolerance. Okay. You must have that spirit of tolerance. Okay. There is one thing that I like about the Jehovah's Witness people. When it comes to them going to time to share the word of God, they will come in the first time. Probably you not even have face for them or even talk to them. You will tell them to go. They will go back. They will come back again. Probably the second time, you will still not have time to talk with you. They will leave their magazine. They will go back. They will come back on the third time. By them coming back on the third time, definitely
you'll be willing to talk to them.
You'll be willing to talk to them. So as you are an entrepreneur, you must be able to make sure that you tolerate everybody. Because the business that you are doing, it is not everybody that will like you. Others will like you. Others will not like you. But you must be able to accommodate everybody. And you must also have what is called a foresight. A foresight. Every entrepreneur must have what is called a foresight. You must have a vision that this business that you are doing today, in the next 4, 5, 6 years, where will that vision be? Where would that business be? Because that business that you are doing, somebody is also doing the same business. And competition will come. So as you are doing your business, you must have it in mind in the next 4 to 5 years. Where will my business be? You must always be ahead of your competitors. Okay. A typical example is what is called the transport business. Okay. It started with taxi and this structure. Along the way, the Uber people came in to also do transportation. Along the way, these Okada people are also setting. Along the way, these Fragile people are also setting. Yeah. So it's like the transport business has come down. Yeah. So as an entrepreneur, you must also have that vision and that foresight that as you are doing this business today, in the near to 4 to 5 years, where will you like your business to be? And also you must be able to analyze the environment that you find yourself. Okay. People have a need. Look at the environment. Ask people, Charlie, what do you want in this environment? Ask people. And by you asking the people and by you solving it for them, you are making money as an entrepreneur. Okay, so thank you so much for joining in. I'll be so happy if you can join in the second episode, and trust me, you are going to learn a lot, because with the first episode I've actually learned a lot, and there's going to be a lot of transformation in my business, and I would want you to also do the same thing. So join us in the second episode. My name is Janet Sam, and I'm your ever beautiful
host. And right again with me in the studio, I have my very own papa, Pastor Kofi Ewusi Mensah. Yeah, so love you. See you in the next episode.